Rum pa pa bum, rum pa pa bum, rum pa pa bum. Mama, mama, I just shut a man down in Central Station in front of a big.
I kind of like know how to make them from scratch without a sample, but I'm just gonna show you what I used to do when I started. I used to grab a picture of red eyes. Well, these are not really the ones I use, but I can't find them, so this is just an example. Because I like mine's a little bit darker, but let me see if I could darken it real quick. Yeah. But anyway, I kind of like know how to do it without them. But for your sake, you could use a sample so that you guys could see what it looks like side by side if you're missing something. So I'm going to, first thing is I've zoomed in to the picture because you have a better way of grabbing the edges of the eyes. And the way that I kind of like learned how to make them is that the bottom of the eyes are always like lighter, and then the top is darker. And then if you want to do like kind of like natural swiggly stuff like the eyes do, that's up to you. I tend to use it if the eyes are big enough to do it. But let's just start. Let's see how I usually use my swatches on this anymore. So, but if you do want to use, let's say this example, all I do is you grab the colors thing, you click on the box, and you just click anywhere that you want the same color as those eyes, and it gives you whatever you want there. And then but I like mine's a little darker, so let's just start with that. And then I like to start a little small. Let's see, that one's a little bit, those are better. And then what I do is once I pick the size, I make a layer on top of the original picture. And then since I'm doing the darker one first, I just start highlighting half the eye. And then once you do that, you go to your layers panel where it says normal. You click on it and then you start scrolling down. See, well, that was too fast, hold on. And you start to go down to see which one suits you, kind of like that one does to me. And it's not always the same result each time, so you always have to mess with it. Just, you know, a keynote. Just gonna go a little bit into the pupil. Light eyes is the easiest for Nomadized because, you know, you're going dark. But sometimes some blue eyes don't really cooperate depending if they're too blue. So now that I have the dark one, I usually click on the box and I go somewhere a little bit lighter, but a little still red. Let's go with that one. And then I use a different layer because I already done with the darker one. And then I go and I highlight the bottom. And even if you miss that, it doesn't matter. You can go back and you fix it. Same thing. And that's similar to what I want. Then I use the eraser. Erase too much. And just a tiny bit. And that's pretty much what I wanted. Then I'd go and I flatten it, and then I'm just gonna do one more layer overall. Let me just use something lighter, and I just go throughout the whole thing. And I'm just gonna reduce it by 50. And with Nomadized, I tend to go back. Well, I just flatten it, and I like to use a little of the white because it makes the eyes pop out a little bit before I start, doing the finishing touches for the eye. And of course, I forgot to do the layer. Don't do that what I did. Sometimes I forget. And we'll go back to what I did. And then I do right click on the layer, blending options, and I just do just a lighty, just maybe like 38 would be fine. Cause you don't want it to be too white, and then it's gonna be like, whoa. Then I go back and I erase what I don't need. Then I flatten it, and then I go and let's see, I think a 3 would be fine for now. And I usually go with black, but let me see what this one has on the edge. It has like a dark burgundy. Let's use that. And again, you need to do a layer. So let's click on new layer. And if you don't know what the button is, right next to the trash can. Here you go. You highlight the edge of your eyes. Like that. And same thing as you did the other stuff, you go scrolling down till you find something that is not overdoing it. See, that's overlay. See if there's something better. I think that one does. And then I just go over it just a tiny bit. Let's see, that way. I flatten it, and then I know I go back and let me see, should I go darker lines? Yeah. If you want a little of those swiggly things, let's see, I go to your brush, pick a smaller one. So I already have a new layer set in, so I just make swiggly lines. Just hold down and just move your mouse. I don't do it for all my Nomadized. Again, it just depends on my mood. I really want to do it. And then same thing, you just scroll down to something you like. I mean, if you don't know how to do it, you'll kind of look like you're like stressed. But I'll show you one way. There's a little dark. I think that's fine. Go back. Erase what you don't want. And then you can just do a little bit, like right there. And then you flatten it. And then this is like one of the techniques that I kind of like learned through, through editing. Is this option right here below it's kind of like in the middle of your editing tools. It's right next to this drop. It looks like a pin. It is your dodge tool. The dodge tool lines up your your edit, and the burn tool makes it darker. So we're going to use the lighter one first, and I like to go below the eye. It pops it up a tiny bit, and then you go with the burn tool, and of course my thing is too big. That one, and I use the upper one, just like that. And I think I might do a little twice on the burn tool on the top. Once you're done, I know me and the other editor for Cookie Monster, we kind of like to do the whole vampire kind of look. Let's see if I still got time. 14. Yeah, I'll do it real quick. And of course, I only need that. We like to do the dark eyes type of thing look. So we do and I need a black one. So we just go a little bit darker. And we like to do the eyeliner technique. It's not gonna be perfect because I'm running out of time. And then you go down and you pick something that looks somewhat natural, you could say. And that one kinda does, but let me see. Let's go right there. And then I flatten it. And I can use that burn tool and go back with it. And then do it as as you like it. You could the burn tool. You don't need any lines on top, but you can go back with it because her eyelashes kind of like smudges it. And there you have it with blue eyes. Nomadized eyes. Beautiful, isn't it? And I really don't use anything else with it, but there you have it.